size, which that's a little big. So I'm gonna do 1 row of decrease, and that will also, if your hat is not round enough, it will bring it in a little bit. So I'm going to take these first 2 stitches. I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if you know how to do this, but this is half double crocheting 2 together. You know, you just do that, yarn over again, do it again, and then crochet them together. So I'll show you how to do that again in a minute. So I'm going to do 10, 2, okay, so I did 10, and then I'm going to do another decrease, which is optional. Most people don't do it, but I do. I don't like the hat to be, you know, too big. So I'm going to yarn over, go into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over again, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through, and you've crocheted your 2 stitches together and you've decreased. So I'm going to do that all the way around, you know, 10 and then a decrease till I get to the end. Okay, and that brought it in a little bit more. I'm also going to put an edging on it that should, you know, bring the bottom part of the hat together. I only did 1 row of decrease, but if you still feel like your hat is too big, you can do another one, but you just have to be careful with that, because then sometimes you can make your hat too tight. It won't fit on a person's head, and I've had that happen before. Okay, we're kind of getting down to the bottom part of the hat, so I am going to start the ribbing, which will give the hat kind of a nice look, and it will also bring the hat in a little bit. So I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to do a front post crochet. I don't know if you know how to do that, but you take and you stick your hook in the front of the hook and yarn over and pull through again. That's a half double crochet front post. Now I'm going to do a back post where I put the hook around the back, pull it through, and then pull through. And this is optional. You can just do a single crochet around the edge of the hat if you want, but this is what I usually do. So I just yarn over, put my hook in the front, and yarn over and pull it through. And then the next one I do the opposite, go around the back, pull it through, and I do that all the way around, and it will give the hat, you know, a little ribbed border. Also brings the hat in a little more. So I'm probably going to do a couple rows of that. And you can make the hat any length you want. You can make it really long, and then you can just kind of fold it over. gonna join there. And I'm gonna keep the ribbing going, so it gives it that little border there. And so of course, where you did your previous front post half double crochet, you want to go back in to that again and just do front post in the front post, back post in the back post. Do that all the way around. It gives you this nice, you know, ribbing. So that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know if you need to see that in slow motion. Just, you know, this one you go in the back, and then this one you go in the front of the stitch, and then in the back. I'm probably gonna do about 3 rows of this. Whoops. Whoopsie. Oh, my hook's getting stuck. I've been crocheting all day. I think I'm getting tired.
Beautiful. Oh,
Hi.
sorry, I didn't know you were.
That's okay. I can trim things out of the video with my phone.
Okay.
Do I get a kiss?
Okay. All right, listen up, YouTube. You might learn something. I didn't even see the light was on in the room. I thought you might be in bed. Sorry.
Not yet. Okay. Well, I guess that's good enough. I usually like to make my hat a little bit longer so that it can go over my ears. So you can put as many rows as you want. Make the hat longer. I probably will add more to, well, it does cover my ears, but there you go. There's the hat. And of course, if you want to add more rows and then you want to just fold it over like that, that works, you know. So that's how you make a hat. And it's really not complicated. Now you just take and fasten this off. And oops. And then you can just weave this in and then trim that, and then the top of the hat, sometimes I'll sew that hole up. I have another way to do it where there's no hole, But this is one way to make a hat. You can make them as small or as big as you want just by the increases that you put in the top of the hat. And then when you get to the bottom of the hat, if you feel like the hat's too big, you can add a couple rows of decrease around here. And you know, this is the one way, and the next video I'll show you how to make a hat from the bottom. You make like the band part and then you work your way up to the top of the hat. So there you go.